Hey folks, Jackson Alatesh here. Today in Elite Dangerous we're going to continue our look into power play. And in this one we're going to discuss hauling things around in order to get merits to increase rank. So between the last video and this one I went ahead and pledged over to a Galactic Power. In this case I have been pledged out to Felicia Winters. Reason being is because I like the final item of a couple of her ranks. This guy right here, and the equivalent of rank 5, where basically any change to influence that might occur underneath the umbrella of her systems, whether it be a controlled system or an exploited system, is going to have a higher, it's going to gain you more influence with the faction of your choice. This would come in very handy for mucking about with minor factions, which has been kind of a hobby here as of late. So, once you pledge yourself over to a faction, you're going to have an additional item that shows up on the screen here, basically how to prepare, how to expand, how to fortify, etc. And what these do is these tell you exactly what you're going to want to do. So, in this case, we're looking at how to fortify. We're going to collect liberal federal packages from RIA, which is where we're currently sitting, and haul them contacts and controlled systems. Now, the big question here is, well, what exactly do we want to haul them to? I mean, we could always grab something from over here on the left and just say, well, that's good enough. But if you're going to jump into power play, you might as well assist some kind of community out there. So what you're going to want to do is jump on the internet, go out to Google, search for your particular power, find the Reddit that's associated with them, and then look for the most current of the cycle messages, so to speak. So in this case, we are on week number 86. So we'll just go ahead and go in there, and then it gives us the particular planets we want to go to. So for expansion, we have Punton. So fortification, we have these three systems. We're trying to undermine this one, and right now there is no preparation going on as far as the direction of the community. And note that I believe all of the communities have something very similar to this. If for whatever reason you either can't find it or it doesn't, you can always feel free to just simply grab something off the list and decide that you're going to go turn in things there. I mean, in this case, you can see that Pupus is at 114% of the needed progress in order for it to be fortified. So that can work out fairly nicely. I mean, you go, you drop them off, you get your merits out of it. Now, as far as actually getting the materials that you're going to be hauling around, that's fairly simple. Once you're docked at a station within the bubble of your controlled faction, you can just go under the station services here, go to contacts on the left, and then down to power contact, and that will show you the items that you can pick up. Now note that you can only collect 10 of these at a shot at rank number 1. That all ties back in over to, let's get over to it here, over to the rating thing. So with this, basically I have 10 power commodity, which is what we're looking at there on in the central pane. 10 power commodity allocation every half an hour. As I go up in rank, it goes up to 15, and then it goes up to 20, so on and so forth. Now, while this initial dialogue here may be somewhat misleading, stating that I have 10 of each sitting over here, let's go ahead and point that out. We have 10 sitting there, we have 10 sitting here, we have 10 sitting here. If I go and I take just, say, one of those, grab one of them, alright, that's all good and fine. Now I can only collect 9 more. So pretty much you're going to need to decide what it is you would exactly like to do, and then just fill up on them. So in this case, since from mucking about with this earlier, I have some propaganda, I have some federal packages. So let's see, let's just go ahead and let's collect another 9 of the propaganda. So once you have used up your allotment, you can pay some money out in order to fast track your next quota. It doesn't seem like a whole lot, and in fact it can assist you with gaining rank fairly quick. It's important to note that for each one of these items you turn in, you get 1 merit out of it, meaning effectively that you can just simply fill up your cargo hold, fly out, and boom, have enough merits to be able to jump into the next rank pretty much when the whole thing clicks over, which is Wednesday night. So at the moment, since we have the packages and we have the propaganda, let's figure out where we're going. So let's see here. Let's see, liberal aid. We move the expansion items to Punton, move fortification elsewhere. So you can look at it on the Reddit. You can correlate it ideally before you buy things. The other way of doing things like that is we know that we have some propaganda on us. So then you would just simply jump over here into the Galactic Powers, go back over to your power, and then you want to look for the how to do something with propaganda. So in this case, how to prepare, collect units of liberal propaganda. There's our keyword. So what we're going to do is we're going to drive out to Wyatt here. So in this case, I'm in the federal gunship, or excuse me, federal dropship. It has extremely short legs. 76 light years, completely doable, but it takes a minute. So now that we have all that figured out, we know where we're going. We go back here, go back to the galaxy map, and we'll go there we go, WOYET, and here we are. Go ahead and pull up a system map on it. And landing is going to be very, very simple here after an 18,000 light second drive, which is a little further than I'd like to go, but you know, it's just kind of part of the whole gig. And as you can see from the dotted line there, we're going to need to get some fuel along the way. So we'll go ahead and get out of the station here, and then use some magic of video editing to take care of the rest of the trip, so that while I have to endure it, you don't have to endure it. In this case, it will be a few jumps to get there from here. Now note that if you have picked up a federal dropship, the thing handles pretty much like a cow on roller skates. I would strongly advise going and upgrading the thrusters via engineering. So it has just made life so much simpler for this veritable piggy of a ship. So I've got 6 jumps to make, heading out to Woyet, and the first one should be coming up as soon as we get done being mass locked here. Now, one thing to note is that while you are pledged to a power, it is possible that you get attacked by other NPCs if you happen to be out of your power's area. If you happen to be playing an open and you're pledged to a power and you're in another power's area, you are worth a series of 10 merits. So it's good to be vigilant as to exactly where you're going and what you're doing. The NPCs are going to be no different from any other NPC engagement, where pretty much they jump on you and you're like, okay, you submit to interdiction, you boost away, and then you just do a high wake out of there. So it can be fairly simple. It doesn't have to be tremendously time consuming. Alternately, those ships are also going to be worth merits if you happen to blow them up. So if somebody pulls you out, you can always take a look and be like, oh, you know, I think I'll take this guy on, and then give it a whirl and see what works out from there. So I'm going to go ahead and jump real quick to the end of this voyage when we actually get where we're going and can turn in the items that we've got. Be right back. And just like that, here we are, docked up nice and safe at our destination. So one fun note is that just because you're running around doing power play doesn't mean that the cargo that's in your hold, such as these ancient items that I've got from playing around at the site scanning for the community goal, it doesn't mean that you're not going to get jumped by those random NPCs. So up in the upper left there, you see someone named Auntie saying, "Too much damage." The reason they took too much damage was because they decided to continue to chase me all over the place within the system itself. Finally ended up near the starport and figured I'd just let the starport do its job. Looks like that happened. So back on topic here, once you arrive at your destination for dropping off the item that you're hauling for your faction, you go back to contacts, and then back down to the power contact, and then it will allow you to do that there. So in this case, I have some liberal propaganda, so we're going to go ahead and drop off all 10 of those bad boys. And there we go. Just like that, I got 1,000 credits out of it for turning those 10 items in. So I also got to myself some merits, which is a total of 10 of them. So if you look over here on the right-hand panel, the status is going to have something additional added to it, stating, hey, look, you're pledged to a power, and then it will show you the number of merits that you have. So now there are merits that carry forward into the next week. Honestly, I do not recall the exact mechanics or the exact mathematics behind it. However, if I manage to find that information here, I'll throw it in the video description down below. That's about where we're going to wrap this one up. So it's fairly simple to just simply play Space Trucker, watch a movie, drive things around to assist your power, and make some merits doing it. And in the case of me and what I'm up to from here, plan on getting myself up to rank 3, then holding myself there for a little while. The reason being is I would like to be able to pick up the blasters, even though they're apparently not great. But yeah, I figure while I'm here, I might as well go do it, because why not? I'll go play with them for a little while, get tired of them, and then I'll just go ahead and throw them away. So generally it works out, and it gives me a goal to shoot for that I can in fact go and get. Anyhow, if you've enjoyed the video, if you found it helpful, please give me a thumbs up. If you're new around here, please subscribe, and any which way, I will see you folks again soon. Fly safe.